the role of leadership. That everything rises and falls at leadership. If you see a performing school, look for the principal and the board and the way they work. If you see any performing nation, look at the leadership. Because the role of leadership is to shape the direction that the country or the institution should take. I think we are ending the year in a better way, where the president and his team had a Damascus moment when they realized that they needed to talk to everybody. So in a way, starting the year with a situation where you don't want to hear the opposite side, and whatever they say is no good, to a point where you say, yes, we are ready to listen. So in a way, where we are as a country is as a result of the leadership, the attitude of the leadership from the beginning, the people that were put in government in the first instance. I think by the time the cabinet was constituted, everybody who knows how a country should be run knew that this is a cabinet that cannot deliver the very promises that were made. And the government was able to realize that at some point and make some changes and allow and accommodate people from the opposition. In my view, if you ask me, yes, we are heading the country well this year when people are talking to each other, but you're in a very bad state when it comes to politics, because we are a multi-party democracy, and a multi-party democracy is anchored on the fact that there is a performing ruling coalition and there is a performing opposition. Now, to have a situation where you have a country where now in the seat of power, that is in the legislature, we can never really be sure whether we have a serious opposition, because the opposition that is absorbed in government. Yes, it stabilizes the country for now, but in terms of conversation, checks and balances, because if you don't have the checks and balances, then you are likely to end up in the wrong direction. And there is one thing that we don't want to go back to. We came from a one-party dictatorship. We do not want to get back there. And therefore, whereas the president has been able to manage his politics and the politics of the Kenya Kwanza government to stabilize the country, which is good, because no one would benefit from a sinking ship. But having said that, we got where we got because the leadership in place did not, listen to the people, and early enough, it had to take a kind of a revolution by a sleeping giant that we had not noticed. It's a good thing that the Gen Z realized that now they can speak, and we believe, and I hope they keep the momentum so that in the next election they will have they will go out and cast their vote and be able to shape the direction. Absolutely. And in my perspective, the shaky year, remember, yes, although I agree with my brother here when he quotes things for a part with regard to how things have gone, but let's look at it from the weather perspective. You know, we came from a serious drought, and Southern Africa right now is going through what we went through. And remember, there's a time one of the ministers who was then removed in Kenya was saying we should buy land or we should go and farm in Zambia. But right now, that's not a good idea, because right now they are going through the cycle of the drought that we experience. But this has been a good year when it comes to weather, except that right now we'll do with some rain in this short rain season, but the long rain season really was very good for the country. So we have bumper harvest, we have food, I hope the Kenya Kwanza government can take advantage of this plenty of food and like Joseph in Egypt, build granaries, make sure that this food is kept, because who knows?